Hello people, this is Ryder here to review the Armor Hero Lava Summoning Key set. So obviously for the sake of the title, we'll just call it the Lava Summoning Key set. But basically, these are the supplement key sets that are obviously for the respective summoners. Obviously for this is the respective keys of Armor Hero Lava. Now with this, we can take a look at the box. Obviously, as we can see him on the side right there, we have the name of the product. We have the 4 keys, which again we'll go, over them individually. Here they are packed. I don't know why they're reversed. It's really weird. Armor Hero Lava. It's a really nice box overall. It's just that obviously because of how old this is, they're just kind of falling apart because it's a 2013 toy, and they have this like slit here, which I didn't know. I think the way, okay, so if I remember, I think this is basically the names of these are, again, I would go over this in the review, but we got Lava Key S, Lava Key U, Kieran Key C, and Kieran Key Q, and Key F. And going over the RFID. Also, I guess this is technically going to be the first time we can actually look at a proper box for armor, or for this toy line, because we obviously couldn't prior because we didn't own that box. Alright, so here we have the key sets out of the box. So let's take a look at one set at a time. So this is the Lava Key set, and I'll take them out. Let's take a look at the holder, which should have been a thing I should have done in the demo. The holders aren't, these are toy exclusive, these are not a part of the show, so they're kind of made in vain to go alongside the belt and such. We have the copyrights and such. It's a real solid black piece of plastic. The keys just simply slot in like so. Basically how they slot in through the lava summoner, except for the fact that it's through friction. For the most part, it's just thanks to the side buttons right there, and that there's not really any path. It's mainly friction. And to demonstrate this right away, we obviously, because they do have it, these do slot in through the belt buckle. Cover that up so then you don't have to see it. So, because there's just that stick of plastic that helps it stay on and such, and once you do have the holders on, it does help keep the belt up and such. And I do think these are pretty good holders overall and such, because they actually like stay in place. They don't really move, or they're immovable for the most part and such, so you kind of have to place them correctly, and then if you mistakenly put it somewhere, you're gonna have to put it on again and such. But that's the simple demonstration of that. So let's take a look at the 4 keys included now. So again, this is the lava set of the keys. Here we have again with the first lava key. This is another release of the Lava Key S1, which, if you've not watched the review for the Lava Summoner, this is the transformation key, or if it's supposed to be S, I will say this is the armor summoning key. As you can see from here, if you've not watched the review, this typically is the design for the element, so obviously it's lava. this is the front sticker here, shows us the element, and then the back one tells us what key it is. But right away, if I get the point out. Compared to the key that came with the Super Lava Belt and the one that is part of the Summoning Key set, yeah, this is casted in completely different plastic as opposed to the original one. Because, like, as I said before, this one is technically show accurate, it's just missing black accents. These keys are now casted in the same plastic as the Summoning Belt, but have the silver paint accents here, which technically, if this section here makes it more show accurate, but like it's kind of weird. And now the points where you twist the keys, these are now chrome, or like to go along with the key point down here. So this entire section's now chrome, and as you can see here, it's still twists and such. Again, here's a comparison with the version from the Super Lava Belt. The stickers are the exact same, and the mold's obviously the exact same. It's just now casted in different plastic, so I guess it's an interesting way to differentiate them. So this can still obviously go in here because it's the same toy. But now for our new keys, here we have the Lava Key U1. As I said before in the Super Lava Belt, I don't know what the letters mean. I think I'm going to have to go with Ultimate, because this is a technique key. So this basically would allow Lava to utilize his not flaming fist, but like his lava abilities, to which he can like materialize fire out of himself to use as projectiles. And the only difference between the two is that instead of red, it's orange. So, yeah. Taking a look at the second half, this is the exact same holder piece, so we don't need to take another look at that. These keys comprise of the guardian spirits that each armor and Armor Hero Lava have. So in the case of Lava, he has a Chirin, which is an ancient unicorn. As you can see right there. This is of the mode it transforms into. And as you can see from here, I really do like that the tops change to now reflect the guardian spirit. But they obviously all twist. So again, this is Chirin Key C1, which I don't know what the C is. I would want to go with change, but I think these are more so. These latter two are for the sword, the Lava Falchion. This one summons the Chirin, and then this one combines with the Falchion. So again, just like the prior one, it's now orange as opposed to red. And again, this is the Lava Axe. This is what the Falchion transforms into when it's combined with the Falchion. So again, we get Chirin Key F1. I don't know what the F stands for, so we will go with formation. But yeah, that is basically a badly paced overview of the 4 keys, so let's use them in the Lava Summoner. So, the Lava Summoner has a tendency, the Lava Toys in general have the tendency of just restarting when you let them sit, so I have to keep switching it on, which is technically going to be the first for this series, I guess, in this series of reviews. So, again, let's transform into Armor Hero Lava, once again as a reminder. That is interesting. It didn't reset on me. It kept doing that in the demo. So I think it's now fine now. Also, I want to use this opportunity to address some things I forgot to say. Obviously, the speaker grills for the Lava Summoner are down here. And the way that this entire gimmick works is that this entire section here is an RFID board. And there's a sensor in the back of the Lava Summoner. That's how this toy can read keys and such. Anyways, let's utilize our technique key. As you can see, it's the same standby. So there we have that. As you can see from here, it still emits red. You can barely see that. Also, I shouldn't have closed this. You don't need to. Because if he did actually use the keys, the summoner is permanently opened after transformation. But now let's summon the Chuin. So we have that basic sound. Should probably wait for that. I really do like how well the red emits out of here and such. It's really nice and bright. Now this one's technically... Oh, you'll hear. So there, the sound for that one is basic, because, like I said before, these two are not really meant for the belt. These two are more meant for the sword. But I do like that they still at least have sounds in here. So obviously, the end of that said Huti, or Hiti, because obviously it's combining with the Falchion and such, which I think is cool. But obviously, if you didn't know, these keys later actually... These keys are technically the only keys that got utilized within any sort of media within the show. Because in the movie, they actually... obviously, the third user of this belt utilizes these keys to combine the guardian spirit with themselves and such. But, yeah, that is basically it for that. That was pretty basic overall. Overall, it's a pretty standard set and such. It's pretty basic, but I think it's a nice way of getting these keys out and such, because technically you could have gotten 3 out of 4 of these keys with other stuff, as I said before. To get the Lava S1 key, the Lava key S1, you just get the Super Lava Belt. I think it was the Lava the Lava U1 and the the Krylon the Chewin Key F1. These two you got by buying the Super Lava Falchion, either set, the one with the Chillin or the one without. These two will be in the same plastic as these ones, which meant that, no, I think it was, this is where I get confused, because I want to say it was these two keys that you got with the Super Falchion, because it makes sense. These are keys corresponding to that. But I think this key was also a, I don't know. One of these keys is exclusive to this set, which is why it's like, you're kind of better off with getting the set, especially if you're like me and you don't want to invest in the weapons and such. Despite the fact that I do think the weapons are neat, but, you know, for the sake of space, it's just like, I'd rather just go for the key. I got this off of Superbuy via Taobao. Luckily, just because this set is still relatively cheap, it sells for $10. And, like, you know, again, for it to be like 12 years after, I think that's not really too bad of a price and such. I think the way I view these sets, they're kind of the same as like the Star Ray card sets. It's just that this time they actually committed, I think, a bit more decently to it, and I feel like you get a better value out of these ones as opposed, like, I don't know. I think they're basically kind of the same thing of like, here's another way of getting these sounds without you getting the associated toys. But again, in the case of here, unlike the Star Ray ones, these sets tend to have an exclusive key tied to it. Unfortunately, I just can't really pinpoint if it was this one, or which one of the three it was, but I digress. That'll have to do with this review. This is Ryder, and I'll leave you people